Hi, this is Sweet June. Back. I'm back. Um, Getting ready to go in the gym and work out, get my workout in. Just wanted to come and give updates, talk about plans. Um, I'm hoping everybody has had a blessed new year, and everything. And so far, um, hoping everybody is staying safe, still washing your hands and practicing social distancing and wearing your mask. Make sure you wear that mask. I wear mine every day. Um, they said that there's side effects to that vaccine, so I'm not getting it. I just refuse to get it. What I want to talk about, you know, um, hit me up in the comment section if you guys got any plans for this year. Um, I was thinking about plans and goals for 2021. And it's hard to make plans in this pandemic. With this pandemic going on, it's kind of hard to make plans because, it's, you don't know. I mean, it's life and death out here. I mean, you don't really know what's going to happen. Jehovah God's been keeping me healthy, keeping my family healthy and my friends. And I'm very, very grateful for that. Um, it's kind of hard to make plans with this pandemic still going on because you can't really travel, you can't go anywhere. I keep saying I want to go to New York. you know I want to go to New York, but even if I had the money I couldn't go because of this pandemic. So you kind of have to wait. If you do go, it's risky because of the pandemic, so it's like you really can't make any travel plans. It's like you kind of just complacent, got to stay put where you're at because it's risky to travel, because you get on a plane. These planes are not social distancing people. I seen a picture of a plane, and they had a full plane, like it wasn't even a pandemic. These airlines are greedy. These airlines are greedy. They don't care. As long as they make their money, they don't care. So it's risky to travel, even though you're wearing your mask and stuff. If they don't have, you get on the plane and they're not social distancing on the plane, separating, you know, the seats and stuff like that. Instead of having one person per row or two persons per row, whatever like that, they got to fill a full plane. So it's riskier to travel. It's like at this point, it's like travel at your own risk. You know, so they highly recommend that people don't travel and just kind of stay put. So I don't have the money to go to New York anyway. But even if I did have the money, I wouldn't be able to go. I wouldn't be able to go right now. So can't make any travel plans. Um, it's just hard to plan. As far as giving you guys an update as far as my first plan is just to be healthy. That's my main plan. I just want to be healthy. I just want to be healthy. I want to get my body back to um. Let's give you guys an update. Back in November, I had them do. If you guys remember when I did my video talking about how I quit my job, I said I quit my job. I'm gonna try to put the link to that video in the description box. I did a video saying that I quit my job, and in that video, I mentioned that my arm was hurting, as well as my back. because I quit that job because I was doing too much heavy lifting and it was putting too much strain on my body. Well, fast forward back to October 5th, that video when I said that my arm was hurting. Well, I thought that I just kind of strained it. You know how you kind of like pull a muscle or something, or you strain your arm or leg or whatever it is, and you're thinking it's just temporary. You're thinking the pain is gonna go away. You're not thinking that it's a permanent thing. So I was thinking in my mind that it was a temporary thing, that it wasn't permanent. I knew my carpal tunnel had gotten worse, and my back was just hurting more because I was constantly doing that lifting day in and day out. But what I didn't realize that there was damage to my arm. So when I went to the doctor, my initial plan was to have them do X-rays on my back to see if my back had gotten worse. Um, but then I had them 3 weeks after I had been off. My arm was still hurting. I'm like, what's going on with my arm? Why is my arm still hurting? Along, of course, along with my hand and my wrist because my carpal tunnel had gotten worse. So when I went to the doctor, I had them do an X-ray on my back and my hand, my arm. Because, I got to tell the doctor what to do. You don't tell them what to do, they ain't going to do it. You got to be your own advocate. So I said, well, do an X-ray on my lower back and my arm. So I had them do an X-ray on my arm, and they found a bone spur on my elbow. So they put in for the physical therapy for me to. They had already put in for me to do physical therapy on my back. But then she called me and told me that I had the bone spur on my elbow, and they're gonna also assign me to do the physical therapy on my arm. So I've been doing physical therapy on my back, my lower back, as well as my arm and my hand. Now, now you let that my job tell it. My old job, it wasn't their fault. But the physical therapist said that it is caused by a repetitively doing something, repetitive use. Now, when you look up bone spur, it does say that it's a form of arthritis. But it is caused by a repetitive. The physical therapist said it was caused by a repetitive me doing it something on it repetitively, and so I was repetitively lifting with the same heavy people with the same arm day in and day in and day out. And then they had me doing these 6 and 7 and 8 day stretches. So I had to work more days. I was working more days in a row. So that was putting more strain on my hand and my arm. Well, needless to say, because I had no intentions of being off of work this long. I had no intentions of being off of work this long. I was gonna go back. I was gonna take a couple weeks off. Uh, I was gonna do the physical therapy in addition to working. I was gonna try to just do it in addition to working, because that's the way I did it before. Um, I was gonna stay out, take a couple weeks off. Rest my body. Get my body, try to get my body right, and then I was gonna try to go back to work. But then, like I said, the third week off, 2 weeks turned into 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks, after the third week, my arm was still hurting. I'm like, prayed about it. I'm like, Jehovah, how am I supposed to work with my arm like this? You know? And so, needless to say, it's still, well, because they found out, like I said, they did the x-ray and found out they had the bone spur. So I'm still trying to um, do the physical therapy on the arm and the hand. My carpal tunnel had gotten worse. and in my lower back. So I'm still, needless to say, I'm still off of work, still trying to um, do the physical therapy on the back, my hand and my wrist, in my arm. It just has not been, fun. I'm exercising too, so that does help. My son has been on me about exercising. He's been on my back about me exercising. So that does help, me doing the exercises and stuff, because I need to get I gained some weight back that I lost. So, I got to try to get my weight back down, because that's very instrumental in, how much I weigh determines on um, the severity of my back pain and stuff. If I'm heavier, then that's more weight on my back, and it's, makes my back worse and stuff. And so at this time, I don't know. Um, right now, I'm still um pretty much off of work right now, because I'm continuing to do the physical therapy. I'm not physically. I feel like I'm not ready to go back to work, because I'm still having a lot of problems with my hand, and it hurts worse when it's cold. My wrist and my arm. So, my message to you guys, I'm not some other. I'm not going to go into anything else right now, but my message to you guys is, do not let these jobs break down your body. Because at the end of the day, you have to care about you. You have to take care of your body. We only get one of these bodies in this system. In this system, we only get one body. We don't get two of them. Now, there's going to be a resurrection, and then of course, we're going to be brand new. We're going to be perfect in the new system. But in this system, we only get one body in this system. In this lifespan, we only get one body. And so you got to take care of that one body that you get. See, and you have to take care of your body. Don't let these jobs run your body down. If you on a job and it's getting, listen to your body. That is my suggestion to everybody. Listen to your body. If you are on a job, and whatever it is that you're doing on that job is causing you too much strain on your legs, back, hands, arms, or whatever, even if you got to take a leap of faith, like I did, in Jehovah God, like I said, I'm not going into all that, but Jehovah God has definitely been making a way. He has been making a way. Everything has been all right. Um, and that's what it boils down to. Sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith and just trust God. But don't if a job is getting to be too hard on your body, don't keep working that job. Don't keep doing it. Because I think if I had because when I talked to them, they was like, well, you should have told us. But the thing is, I didn't even know that my arm was that bad. It was hurting. It was hurting, and everything, but I thought that it was a temporary, how you think you strain, I mean, I'm not going to go run into my employer every little ache and pain that I get, because sometimes, I would get muscle spasms or something like that, or, stuff like that. I'm not going to run to you every time, I get a little ache and pain here and there. Who's going to do that? So I didn't know that I had the spur on my arm. I didn't know that my arm was that bad. I thought that it was a temporary thing. I thought that, well, maybe I just strained it or something like that. That'd be all right. And then after 3 weeks, me being off after 3 weeks, and it was still hurting. I'm like, what is going on with my arm? And I said, I didn't know until after I had the x-ray done, and they told me that the spur was there. because I didn't have any intentions on being off work as long as I was. Like I said, I was only going to take a couple of weeks, and then I was going to go back to work. I had no, when I left, I had no plans of being off of work for 3 or 4 months, you know? But that's what it went into. And I realized that my body was worse than what it actually was. And so I think if I had left sooner, obviously if I had known that my arm was like that bad while I was still working, then of course I would have let them know. I would have told them something, but I didn't realize that I didn't realize the severity of it. And so, but just like I say, you guys you take care of your body. If a job is, especially if you're older, if you're in your 40s and your 50s and you're working a job, and the duties that you're doing on that job is causing you a lot of back pain, leg pain, hand pain, arm pain, or whatever, you got to make a decision. You have to make a decision. Do not let these jobs wear your body. Don't let them do it, because at the end of the day, the employer really doesn't care about you. All they care about is their money. And I'm not trying to bash them, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, they care about their money and, the bottom line. They really don't care too much about, employees, because employees are disposable to them. They fire you. Next thing you know, they got somebody else to fill your position just like that. And you let them run your health in the ground and your body in the ground, even if it's a situation to where somebody passes away. Okay, well, before they even got your obituary printed, they got somebody in your position. So people are disposable to them. So it's like you quit, you leave the job. Well, okay, bam, they got somebody else to fill your spot just like that. And so life goes on for them. So you have to, and then they're not going to really give two thoughts about you, and not really care, because when I talked to them, they was basically like, well, we didn't cause it. In the story. So, you have to take care. I highly recommend is take care of your body. Listen to your body. If you're on the job and the job is causing lots of pain in your body or whatever like that, then it's not worth it. Your health is more important than money. Because all this time I've been off work, I'm not going to go into all that, but all this time that I've been off work, God has been making a way. He's been making a way. And I'm doing good. I'm having not having to, bills are still paid. I'm still eating. I haven't had to want for anything. So that's by the grace of God. See, He's been providing a way, even though I have not been working. So sometimes it requires that you take a leap of faith. He will make a way. But money is not more important than your health, guys. You got to put your health and well-being over money. Because at the end of the day, if you trust God, He will make a way. And I just think that looking back in retrospect, like I said, like had I known my arm was like this, then of course I would have let them know if it, but I didn't know to the severity of it. So, but I think that I definitely would have left sooner had I realized the severity of things. And so it's very important for us to listen to our body. And I'm just glad that, I don't regret my decision at all. I'm glad I left. Like I said, I wish I had took action sooner, because I don't think I would have been this bad had I done it. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. But, Far as plans, like I said, I'm not really making any plans. My number one plan is I just want to be healthy. I want to be totally healthy, and possibly get back into work at some point, you know. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Well, let me go in there in this gym. As far as my channel, now I do have. I'm trying to. I'm kind of rethinking my channel. Trying to do some. I want to do some different things on my channel. I want to try to get the editing down and stuff like that. And I want to try to do some different things as far as my channel. Um, my spiritual goals. I do have spiritual goals, and my spiritual goals are um, to research, study, do more Bible study and more Bible research. Okay, hit me up in the comment section if you guys have any plans for this year. Um, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And until the next video, peace and love. This is Sweet Jean.